Hey everybody, it's Dive Girl Dab. How's it going? Well, I have a couple days, 1 or 2 days before we have some bad weather come in, and I think it's going to be the start of our winter. It just has that feeling. So I got to get this roof buttoned up. So I decided what I'm going to do with this wall here is I had some of this plastic left over from the greenhouse. And, it seems like a great place to use it because it lets light through, but it's going to keep everything clean. And I kind of left the bottom a little bit loose so I can wash things out from inside. Now, on my camper, I have this old hay trucking tarp, and I got that retied recently. And it was a little too long in one way, so I decided to cut it off. So I've got that black tarp here in the back wall, which, is going to protect the chicken plucker on this side, which is really all I need right now. And later on, if I want to change it, all I got to do is unscrew things. But for now, it works perfectly. So today's mission is to get those attached. And as you can see, it's a tight space here, and I got to squeeze up in there to get started. But right now, I'm going to show you what I did up on the roof earlier. So I went up there earlier, and got it swept off. I love that. I'm just leaving this ladder here. But you used to get about right here, and there was a bunch of branches. But what happened was I think the apples were so abundant this year that I ended up with a branch that broke. So you can see right up in here. See how baby's cracked. Yeah. So I've got it cut back to here, but I've got to go up and get that about 7-foot chunk of apple wood out of there. But and then this all got a haircut. And I had a that clear panel was covering up a section there, and so I got a new metal piece screwed in. That's going to get me through winter. And then this tan piece right here was long, because I was thinking smaller at the time, that I was just going to do a small overhang. And so we had such a terrible fire season that I didn't want to get up here with a metal saw and cut it off because I was afraid of starting a fire. So this morning I got up here and I got that cut off. And so now what I need to do is take these panels. And of course those are a Delta rib panel, and they'll get tucked underneath, and then everything will get screwed down. I've got this edge, you can see the screws are out. There's a pile of them over there. And I'll get all this tied together. Get all of this covered up nicely. Trying to do this single-handed and probably make a lot of noise. It'll probably go about like that, I think. Maybe I'll come back a skosh because I don't want a big overhang up front. That'll be about right. Here's one of my bees. So I gotta smoosh that in, and then you can see in the basket there those little foamy bits. So they fit underneath this where it meets the roofing, so that you don't get insects like little wasps and things that get up underneath the metal, and it just kind of plugs that off and keeps it clean so they can't get up into the shop roof. So I'm going to install those foamy things, and that's why I got to start over there. I got to put the foamy things in all the way along the edge of the shop here, because that roof hasn't had that yet. And then these get shoved underneath, get them aligned right, and then I can get up here and screw them all together. Won't take very long. Should be a fun little project. And then that'll be a weather-tight chicken processing room now, which makes me really happy. Well, and of course, the neat thing about this is that eventually I've got a new gutter, and I'm going to collect rainwater off of here for my fish. And I'll probably set up a barrel or something, and then we can run water to the sink out of that for free, which would be great. But this is a great place to just come wash your hands when you're doing a project. So, and then in the summertime, I can roll the plastic up and use it to just wash your hands and stuff. A nice little potting shed for potting plants. So I do think I want to do a little platform right here so I don't have to step up and down to get in the shop. Yeah. But here's that foamy stuff right there. It goes in between. Oh, cool. High density foam. So put that in up there. And yeah, then I won't have to have all this plastic and stuff in here. Everything will be really well protected. But I feel good about that back wall. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm either going to cut the black back here and leave the clear, because the clear goes to the corner, or I could put a 2x4 or something here and then cut the clear off. But either way, I'm going to recover some material and maybe put some across this opening. But there's so much light here that I think I just want to go with clear. I could just loosen the clear and then put a board here, loosen the clear, shift that over, and then this would wrap around more. And that's likely what I'm going to do. It's going to be one piece. But yeah, I'm excited to get the water out of here because I'm starting to already get a little bit of, water damage here, and I don't want to see that continue. I didn't get a chance to get all this painted, for the season, but it will all get painted. All right, guys, that's my project for the day. Stay tuned. It's important that you get those torqued right, because if you get them too tight and they start to push the plastic up, then you don't have a flat surface. And this is supposed to be the gutter, so the low spot. So if you do them too tight, you lose that, and that's where you want everything to flow off to. So I did all long screws on this end because I like to screw on the peaks. And that way there's nothing in the way of the debris to flow off of the roof. So now I got some more screws that I got to finish putting over there. And then I'm going to, every once in a while, just put a little 1-inch screw here and just stitch those panels together. Add a little more strength to it. And then later I need to go back in underneath. I'm going to put some more bracing underneath them. But essentially I'm waterproof now at this moment, which thrills me. Absolutely thrills me. Let's go inside, see what it looks like. Alright, I gotta move this ladder. Well, all right. Hey, I'm pretty happy with that. I love the light. So I've got to come up with a solution to maybe block that off, at least the front part, just to keep some of the debris out. That'll be pretty easy. It's not going to be perfect in here. It's kind of an outdoor room, but it's going to be dry. I'm so happy. All right, let's run up here and finish these other. Now the reason I left this long on this end or wild is because I'm not done building on this side of the shop, so I'm gonna just let that hang over for now. I'll address that when I do that phase 3 project, right? All right, that looks pretty good from up here. There's another look at that little branch. Well, she'll rejuvenate. Here you can see what I did the camper this year, how I tied the tarp up to the trees and made it kind of a tent so it sloughs off nicely. It won't hold water anymore, which is great. Alright, well I'm going to go to work on these guys and get this all stitched up. Well, you know how in Lyme world, where you start a project and you get to feeling crappy and then you set it down, you don't come back to it. And it is not often you get to celebrate finishing a task. And I have finished securing this roof. Man, I feel good about this. And the apple trees got a little trim while I was up here. But, wow. What an accomplishment. It's a little tiny roof, I know, but it feels really good to get that done before the rains start. The roof looks really good. Everything's attached well. I forgot I had tar paper hanging off the side over there, so I went ahead and cut that off. Oh, poor neighbors had to look at that for like a year. Bad dab. Bad dab. I'll try to be better. I did cut some branches off down below there because they're just too close to the building. I don't really like my trees close to the building because you get all kinds of insects that come into your buildings that way. Yeah, I just love having this ladder here because I can, there you can see all the bolts now. Ta-da! Looks good all the way across. During the fires, I could come up here and go walk up on the roof and go have a look to see what was going on up here. It was really nice. So, yeah, I just take it and smush it in a little bit so it doesn't take up too much walk space, and I just leave it there. No reason to take it up and down. I'm really pleased with this. A little bit of overhang there. And, yeah, when I get some more panels, I can come over with the rest of it. Kind of have this kind of a covered little patio would be nice. But a nice dry space. Woohoo! I was up in there and I couldn't figure out why I could not get that clear panel in there. It's hilarious. But I had shoved an apple, because that's what was at hand, in between the tar paper and the metal to hold it up so I could put plastic in there, and I forgot the apple in there. And I was like, man, there's a bump right here. I can't seem to get this pushed past it. Here, we'll give it to the chickens. Oh, sometimes I crack myself up. Stupid shit idea. Oh, all right, well, good. I'm going to go have a cold beverage and put some tools away. Because that's good. That was a big worry for me going into winter that wasn't done. And now, officially, this is before it was just, you know, a wish. A good idea, fairy idea. But the wish was keep the bandsaw and the chicken plucking machine out here forever and not have to move them in the garage no more. And yeah, so I got to do turkeys yet, and I'm really excited because now when I get ready to do birds, you know, all I have to do is come out here and clean heat water, and I'm ready to go. So, man, I'm really happy. This is a great little project. And now that it's watertight, I feel even better. So I'll get it cleaned up in here. So once I wash all this down and get it cleaned up, I'll see how much crap still blows in here. But it's probably not going to be a lot. So there you can see where I stitched in the screws to kind of tie those panels together. You know, it actually adds a little bit of structure, believe it or not. But it'll just keep them together. It'll stop some of that. What it does is when the water comes off the metal, then the surface tension doesn't have to hold for very long before the water can slide and attach to the clear panel and run off. So you want those to stay shut so that that surface tension doesn't build up. Then you get drips, and then the surface tension pulls the water up into the roof. So you want it to drop away really quickly and break that tension. This will need to get painted, but when I paint these countertops, I'll paint that soffit, put a gutter up there. I'll just put a little rain barrel on the edge of that. We'll just catch water off of that. I mean, metal roof is some of the greatest surface that you can catch water off of and drink and put in your fish tanks and everything, put in your garden. So, but right now it'll be used to water the apple tree, which is perfect. Makes me happy. Alright guys, it is time to clean up. Alright everybody, talk to you later. Dive Girl Deb signing out. Love ya. Bye bye.